Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You're welcome to today's episode of HalalNest show. Subhanallah, how far the week went. You know how you think, oh, I have this to do, that to do, and before you know it, it's Friday. Subhanallah, and it's Monday already. Just blink an eye and it's Monday morning. Anyways, how about you rethink how you spend your time, reorganize your life, make sure that you are aware that you have a very limited time to spend here on earth, and when it's over, it's over. You will not get a second more or a second less. With that in mind, you can start to look through your schedules. What are those things that are time wasters? I know my time wasters, silly games on my phone, and subhanallah, I kid myself, I delete these apps during Ramadan, and then after Ramadan, I reactivate them. Astaghfirullah, to be late. That's my own weakness that I'm putting. What is your weakness that is a time waster for you? Think about it. You know, all those hours spent, do you get it back? The answer is no. How about you? You know, this new week, decide, make it a new week resolution that will take you for years to come. You know, that you will stop those time wasters for good. May Allah make it easy for you and us. We're going to get started with the interview segment. On the interview segment, we always think of new ways to remind ourselves of something we've known before or we've never heard before. So we enlighten ourselves with the interview segment. We bring you scholars, renowned speakers, life coaches, mental health specialists, name it. That's what you get to find on the interview segment of HalalNest show. When we come back from the interview, we bring you the campaign of the week. You see, there's numerous campaigns running on mustpay.org. It could be that one of them needs urgent attention and you don't know about it, so we'll bring it to your knowledge so we can quickly close that gap. We're a community of helpers, and that's all mustpay is about. When we're done with the campaign of the week, we then go to the streets and try to reconcile our theoretical deen with the practical deen. We'll be back. I'll see you soon, inshallah. You're welcome to the interview segment. Today we will talk to Mr. Yusuf, Jimoh Aweda. He's a lead software engineer, and we're going to explore transitioning into the new emerging world of technology as a beginner. And truth be told, you are speaking to me. We are call it dummy. You are talking to a dummy. But I mean, technology for me is the day that I started to type, you know, back in the days of Yahoo Mail, Yahoo Messenger, and likes of it. That was what technology was. But what it is now is so fast-paced, and subhanAllah, some of us are completely, you know, swept off. So let's talk to me. How do I?
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and it's one of those topics that have also occupied the center of discussion in the world of IT. People want to come into ICT, and they are pretty much in a disturbing episode or instead of a confusion on where to start from. But it's pretty easy if you understand if you have the clear picture of where you're going. So basically, there are two components that define the whole adventure. The first is the software, and the other one is the hardware, which is everybody knows what software and hardware is. Now, the hardware would require, you know, dealing with physical components to actually solve technological problems, and to also advance with resolving some of the human issues that want to do efficiently. So it includes, you know, complete computers together. It includes dealing with gadgets to help us deal with our everyday, all the activities, telecommunication, you know.
Is that where robotics fall?
Exactly. Awesome. So you are taking your adventure from there. Okay. So yeah, robotics does fall under that. We talk about mechatronics, you know, whereby which also connects to other aspects of professional endeavor, like in medicine. You know, somebody is an handicapped, we want to build an artificial arm. So it's a combination of a mechanical component and, you know, computer component, which has to do with programming as well. So the aspect of hardware is another world of intellectual adventure on its own. They will talk about the software, which is also very, very important, because I could speak pretty much on the two components because I've had a taste of what the two is like. I started my career as a network infrastructure engineer. I have an MCP on that, Microsoft Certified Professional, in that perspective. So I understand what infrastructure design is all about. And now I'm also a skilled software engineer. So when talking about software engineering, I love it because it doesn't take you pretty much farther away from your computer and your ambience. So for a female, maybe I would say you should stick to, I know, an IT endeavor that's going to do with software-related activities. You may not be a programmer necessarily, like having to write codes, deal with lots of mental pressure to bring forth a logical programming application. You may look forward to doing something that is less intellectually demanding in terms of logical aspects of it.
Can I tell you something about what I think of software?
Yeah.
I see some software development and I think this is witchcraft. You can't tell me otherwise.
Okay.
This is juju, pure and simple. I mean,
well, I'll break it down. So it's about programming, and it derives its concept or its logical concept from mathematics, basically. So you talk about web programming, for example, and most of the applications you see on the web that sit on the browser, like, applications that you interface with them on the browser, like Chrome or Mozilla, basically website. So they have a markup language called hypertext markup language to actually have them displayed on the web browser. Then there's a logic part of it that has to do with programming. So you could have
that's what we don't see. We just see the things.
So what you see is the front end. Of course, the front end does have a logical programming part as well. We have the back end. Then we have data analytics as well, which is also very, very much important for those people who have the skill to actually, that they can deal with data, they can do that. And those who are well grounded in mathematics, I would say, because of the current definition of what IT is all about, they shouldn't go into software engineering. The field is precipitated already. There are lots of goals in there. It's quite demanding to break into that. They could go into machine learning. That is the next big thing. Data science, it's awesome. And artificial intelligence is redefining our world now, how we think, how we do things. And there are three items that define artificial intelligence itself. We have data analytics, we have machine learning, and data science.
I'm just going to cut in here. I know you've said data analytics, data science, but we can something in learning, mechanical learning, or machine learning. We'll come back to that. So a quick break. When we come back from this break, there's more to come.
Are you in need of raising funds for your humanitarian or personal projects? At MoxPay, we understand the importance of making a difference in people's lives. With MoxPay, raising funds is now easy. Visit our website at www.moxpay.org to simply create a campaign for your cause and connect with a global community that cares. So, what are you waiting for? Start your fundraising journey with MoxPay today. MoxPay, sharing goodness.
You're welcome back. We're talking to Mr. Yusuf Jimoh Aweda. He is a lead software engineer and he's hand-holding us into the world of technology, this current world of technology that you want to have a career in it, you're a beginner. He's going to tell us how to go. So I'm interested. You said for me, there's a saturated part of it, but there's one that isn't so saturated. And you said machine learning.
Exactly.
And so, but then I need maths.
Well, so So if you're not well grounded in mathematics, you could focus on data analytics part of it. Okay, so or data science. Which is pretty cool. But data analytics is good for those who are not well grounded in mathematics. So once they can actually deal with data, so we have a lot of software that could help to do that. We have the Power BI, we have a Tableau. That's one important aspect. For those who are well grounded in mathematics, algebra is a key component in data science. So it's a key thing. They could advance to learning data science, and of course machine learning, which also has got some aspects of software engineering and programming as well. But for some other people who may not want to go into the technical part of the whole component, of course, data analytics is less technical compared to data science. They could go into project management. So Google has certifications.
I was just going to ask you, what's the cheapest route to this? I want to make the money, but I don't have the money to engage in this learning.
So there are a lot of platforms you could key into. We have the Google platform. They have got copious courses that could take Microsoft, the big tech giants, AWS, Microsoft, Google. They've got the platforms for you to learn and get certified. Google is pretty much prominent in project management, and you can learn that. And for those who also have ideas on how to make software work, for example, you have your phone and you use an application in there, and you feel like, oh, you would have loved if the application is built this way, it would have added more value to this application. The primary manufacturer, the primary designer of the application might not even think in that perspective. You are thinking from the product user perspective, and you're not a programmer necessarily. So your idea is needed, by the programmers to be able to augment the functionality of the application. So you have to go into learning product design because you have the creativity. You can bring
from the end user perspective.
So you can
that's really what
lots of ideas and all of that. So IT is very common to everyone. Even if you didn't study science necessarily from the grassroots, you could actually key yourself into one of these endeavors and you find yourself beginning your career at the speed of light.
Thank you so much for sharing your time with us and this nuggets.
Honored.
I'm going to go learn right now because I need to make the money.
Okay, thanks so much.
HalalNest continues. Stay with us.
Do you wish to raise funds for any project or purpose? Introducing MuskPay, your digital platform offering an easy, accessible, and seamless fundraising experience. Get started today by visiting www.muskpay.org. MuskPay, bridging the gap, sharing goodness.
Alhamdulillah, you're still here. It's been a pleasurable one spent with you today. Let's do this again next week on another beautiful package of HalalNest show. However, don't stop the conversation now. Head on to our social media pages on X, Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. On YouTube, we have all the past episodes of HalalNest. Catch up with it, share the link with family and friends. Most importantly, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when a new episode has dropped. We'll see you same time next week, inshallah. I leave you in Allah's protection. Ma salam.